Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, hello people. My name is Yoga Ananta Elfarabi and I'm from 10 Science 5 and my number is 34. That's a little bit opening for me. Today, I will explain about outer space. First of all, let's look a history about a outer space. In ancient times, there was a man named Copernicus. Copernicus was a father of modern astronomy. Why? Why can Copernicus called like that? Because Copernicus who put forward the theory that the sun is not moved, that the move is the earth. Why can be this so? In fact, Copernicus is not the first person who put the theory that the earth revolved around the sun. The first is Greek astronomer Aristarchus of Samos, who put this theory in 3rd century BC. The followers of Pythagoras has taught that the earth and the sun move around the central fire. But Ptolemy argued this thing. He said, if the earth move, animal and another thing in the earth will hanging in the air, and the earth would fall in the sky very quickly. Just thinking about those things seemed ridiculous, he added. However, the Ptolemaic theory has disadvantage. From this disadvantage that prompted Copernicus to find alternative way to explain strange movement that happen in outer space. To sustain his theory, Copernicus made an equipment used by ancient astronomers. Although simple to compare with modern standards. This equipment allowed him to calculate the relative distance between planet and the sun. Then the theory put forward by Copernicus was complete and became handwritten document. This document had no name, but then dispute ensued. At the first, this theory escaped criticism. Italian astronomist physicist Galileo later wrote, when printed, this book has received by Holy Church and has been studied by everyone. Without slightest suspicion that this theory suspends the doctrines of the church. However, considering there are various experience and important evidence that show that the idea has strong evidence, and then there are people who want to discredit the author without reading the books like this. But actually, it's just misunderstanding, where at that time, the people misinterpreted the verse of the Bible. It was Copernicus who with his work showed us how fragile that scientific that has been used by a long time. Copernicus overthrew science and religion that were entrenched but erroneous. Human also thought he was the one who stopped the sun and moved the earth. So that's where we finally find out that the sun is not moved and that the moving is the earth. So that may be a little bit story from the past. In the beginning, I said I would explain outer space, but what I mean is not whole of outer space. just a movement that happens in the outer space. In the outer space, there are various of movement like meteor, planet, and another thing. This time I will discuss the movement of the moon, the earth, the planet, and stars. Earth movement is circular movement around the sun that occur a year, exactly 1365.2425 days. So, the revolution of the sun does not fit the earth around the axis. From here, we have a leap years. What is leap years? Leap years is years that added one day in order to adjust the calendar with astronomy years. In 1 year, it not does exactly consist 365 days, but exactly 365 days, 5 hours, and 12 minutes, and 48 seconds. If this is ignored, every 4 years will be short almost 1 day, exactly 28 hours 5 minutes. So to compensate for this thing, every 4 years added 1 day, which is 29 February. But because 5 hours 15 minutes are less than 6 hours, the years that can be divided by 400 is a leap year, but the years that cannot be divided by 400 is not a leap year. And now move to the second movement, which is moon movement or moon revolution. Moon rotation. Moon rotation doesn't really affect life of the earth. Moon rotation occurs 27 days. In that, the length of revolution of the moon is the same time always. So, from the earth, we always just can see one set of the moon continuously, and then together with the earth around the sun. It is not gonna be explained anymore. When the moon, when the moon revolution at the earth and the earth around the sun, of course, the moon will follow the earth around the sun too. And then third movement, which is planet movement. In planetary motion, there are laws. That is allow Kepler. 1. Each planet moves with elliptical path, that the sun is the focus. Second, the area that it sweeps the same time interval will be the same. Third, the square of planet is proportional with the third power of average distance from the sun. And the last is the stars movement. Stars is like our sun, and the stars doesn't move. So maybe that's it that I can explain to you. If there's any mistake from what I explained to you, I apologize. Then maybe that's it for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.